And welcome back to the pod. There has been a few weeks since we last recorded. A lot happened. For starters, Will needed to reschedule, and then there was a trade deadline, the All-Star break. Tyler didn't want to go over state issues, and then there was a couple other things happened in between. So that's where everything is at. For baseball updates, Raleigh won the home run derby. Trade deadline was, that was a doozy. Yeah, no, it was great. Anything else that I'm missing that you're aware of?
You're missing the poll.
Oh, yeah, of course. So I also put up a poll in July of who should win AL MVP, Aaron Judge, who is currently hurt, or Cal Raleigh? And at the time, there was only 7 votes that happened. Cal Raleigh won
57% of that.
Yeah, exactly. Overall, that's okay.
So, pretty much 7 people have spoken that Cal Raleigh will win the AL MVP at the end of this season.
Then there obviously other people are going to say more. We won't know until the writers do their voting at the end of the year.
Right.
But over Judge being hurt and then going DH the rest of the season is going to be a big blow to him.
Yes. He's not going to get as much time to play as he would like.
In his Mickey Mouse ballpark that he plays in.
You mean Yankee Stadium?
You know what I mean.
Mickey Mouse ballpark.
Yeah, it's a Mickey Mouse ballpark.
In other sports news, we all know that the Colorado Rockies are the worst team in the MLB right now with a whopping 30-84.
And then the Minnesota Twins had a fire sale because apparently their ownership was in debt. Like they were in debt. Why do you think they trade away Johan Duran, Griffin Jacks, Carlos Correa, literally like 10 players from their major league roster, and they had like 8 people debut on like the day after the trade deadline.
Right. So Minnesota, before the All-Star break and before the trade deadline, they were in contention with Cleveland, and now they are below Kansas City.
Oh no,
yeah, the second worst team in the AL Central.
Oh no, they're actively tanking. Like they sold off and got stuff in return.
They won't be as worse as the White Sox are right now.
Yeah, the White Sox actually traded people at the deadline this year.
No, they didn't.
Yeah, they did.
They traded what?
They traded Slater.
Oh, yeah.
They traded Adrian Hauser, who was having quite a good year and got sent down to Tampa, who both bought and sold. Mm-hmm. And then they also traded I think to say they traded away one other guy, and who's still on the team? Luis Robert.
Luis Robert Jr. The Dodgers didn't want to take his $20 million a year contract.
San Diego didn't. The Twins didn't. Not Twins. The Yankees and Mets both didn't.
But since he has been on the Sox since then, he has been hitting pretty well.
Before that, he was hitting 186.
Yes, but he has actually been hitting very well.
Huh. And then, of course, like Milwaukee did the Andrew Vaughn thing when Mazeroski got called up. Mazeroski's currently hurt. And with Vaughn, like, since going over to Milwaukee, he's hitting like 370 something with 7 homers and like well over 1,000 OPS. That is a thing. Oh, and by the way, how would you grade the Yankees trade deadline? Ryan McMahon.
Failure.
Oh, and then they got ripped off with their trade with Colorado. Oh, what was that trade? I have the trade page opened up. I have to go over to the Yankees. And Yankee on the July 1st.
Since you're looking that up, we also have to mention that since Vaughn got traded to the Brewers, he has been
monster.
On fire.
Yeah, as I said, those when I went over Vaughn's numbers since he's been with Milwaukee, absolute wild.
It's wild when you're not on a team that actively sucks.
Right?
It could be worse. He could be in the best bar in Denver.
Oh, yeah,
Coors Field.
Literally the best bar in Denver. I'm gonna have to just Google this at this rate because it's not showing up on ESPN.
Besides
Oh,
sports.
it's Jake Bird.
Oh, Jake Bird.
He got traded from Colorado to the Yankees and got like the highway robbery.
Colorado won that.
Oh no, easily. And then of course you have Toronto acquiring Shane Bieber from Cleveland. Although yes, Bieber is currently hurt still, but is in the middle of recovering and getting close to returning.
Who got Suarez?
Suarez? Oh, Seattle got Suarez. Seattle had like one of the best deadlines. They got Naylor, they got Suarez, they got Caleb Ferguson, and then that's about it. Milwaukee trade away Nestor Cortez because they didn't need more starting pitching. They got a couple relievers, essentially, in Jordan Montgomery and like Shelby Miller.
Yep.
And then from Tampa, they got backup catcher Danny Jansen, who grew up in Appleton. Fun fact. And then now, if I were to grade Milwaukee's trade deadline, I would give it like C.
Yeah, they were average.
Yeah, it was just kind of there. That not really much happened. The Cubs failed
Mercilessly. They have failed.
They
usually do.
needed a top of the line starter. They did not get that. Micro Soroka is a middle of the rotation starter.
What do you think? They're 5 games out.
Right? Yeah, they're 5 games behind Milwaukee. The Cubs have also gotten a utility player who was one of the better bats on the deadline Milwaukee could have gotten, which would have brought that trade deadline for them up to like a C+ maybe. But otherwise, the Cubs didn't really do what they needed to do. They kind of just, black bear words, shit the bed.
Yep. So in current event news, just remember we're both conservative.
Well, like
conservative leaning.
Conservatarian, so part libertarian, part conservative.
President Trump has told everyone, or told the U.S. and Russia, that he's going to make a decision next week what to do with Russia.
Oh yeah, that is going to be called secondary tariffs, from my understanding, where any country that actively trades with Russia is going to get like one of those tariffs where anything they send out from their country that came in from Russia gets like a huge tariff probably.
Yeah, and it's either that and Russia's going to get sanctioned again.
Or both. Likely both.
What else happened? Any current
state stuff? Oh yes, Tony Evers is not going to be running for governor again for a 3rd term. Pritzker is going to be running for governor of Illinois. Or should we refer to him as Jabba the Hutt, or do you want to refer to him as Fat Bastard?
Both is acceptable in my mind.
I thought you were going to refer to him as asshole.
He is.
Okay. Then what else has been going on in this? Oh, they're in the world of AI. Well, let's simply put, they had laid off. There was a company that laid off a bunch of IT and HR folk.
Intel.
Oh, yes.
Intel and Microsoft have laid off probably 30% of their company.
Well, like with HR and AI is replacing a lot of white collar jobs, and it's just going to create new jobs later on, but they have to learn how to do whatever. And so it's like, that makes you think, wow, why did we ask kids to learn to code when AI is replacing a lot of jobs, and then you have to obviously like fix errors AI makes?
The reason why people say that is because usually it's usually because of the way that AI has evolved since people had said that 20 years ago.
Yep.
Because we didn't know 20 years ago that AI would take over as much as it does now.
Right, but at the same time, we never needed AI to be made.
Remember, when we were going to Whitewater, there was no AI. There was nothing. There maybe was minimal AI, but nothing like ChatGPT.
No, like ChatGPT version 3 was still prevalent then, and 4 came out just as we were finishing.
Right, and now they're speeding out 5.
Right, but the whole thing with, again, all the AI and AI chatbots is none of that's really needed. It's just people were bored, so they decided to create it.
Well, yes, but now that's going to inadvertently kill many, many, many jobs.
And then
Because you can
create
just
how
put
many
it in a
more?
prompt in ChatGPT, and boom, there you go. Here's your thing. Look at doctors nowadays. AI can literally say, "Well, that's cancer," and it would take doctors years to go through that.
Yeah, it would. And well, not really Well, it's like not really identifying cancer. They can still identify that pretty quickly, but they can't like do it within that very instant.
Right. Let's take a little break here.
Yeah, we'll take a short break and we'll go over some other things that have happened. Maybe BS a little. We'll figure it out. And we're back. So, one of the things we thought of was like, oh yeah, that's right. There was the whole Sydney Sweeney ad. Controversy on that. Whole
That's
vibe shift.
normal.
I mean, it's just a younger, nicer looking lady who was just in a jeans commercial. And it said she has good genes.
And yet, the liberals are going crazy.
Oh yeah, they're like thinking, oh no, it's eugenics.
No.
No.
That's not what's supposed to. That's not what that's supposed to mean at all.
She was wearing American Eagle jeans and a jean jacket. And like, although yes, like Sweeney is a conservative, loves her guns, loves working on trucks, but it's this whole vibe shift thing, right? And what's going on at the whole vibe shift is a lot of the younger people, like the crowd who are just starting to go back to church or enter church for the first time, they're more or less like they want like most of the women are liberal from our age group, right?
Yep.
Yet they're wanting social conservatism, while most of the guys of our generation are more on the conservative half of the compass. Any thoughts?
I don't really have any thoughts on it other than people need to stop being stupid.
I mean, yeah, it's a gene commercial. Although, yeah, you have to admit, though, like, how the liberals reacting was quite funny.
Pretty much.
Absolutely hilarious. Anyways, we're going to be wrapping this here thing up. Go on our YouTube page if you want to listen to any of the trombone choir pieces that showed up. We'll be back hopefully next week, or at least one of us will. And as usual, you can find our socials on X/Twitter or at Let's Chat BT, or you can go letschatbt@gmail.com for sending us an email to contact us. Follow the Facebook announcement page, join the community group. Those are the 3 best ways to contact us. Otherwise, the podcast, as you also know, is renamed to Say It As It Is. Hear from you next time.